Hey there guys, welcome back to Anthony Vlogs, where Anthony vlogs. And today, we're going to be talking about something a little DC related. I know it feels like I don't really talk about too much DC stuff on here. Or do I? I honestly don't know. Either way, I want to talk about this thing called DC Nation, specifically something in DC Nation. But you guys are aware of this? It's a magazine they just recently started. It's free at your local comic book store. I get these all the time. It's a preview of all the upcoming DC books and everything that are going to be going on throughout the year and month and everything like that. But the more important thing is that it actually gives you like exclusive interviews and like concept art and all sorts of stuff regarding the upcoming DC books. Now it's just the DC books, so I mean, I guess it could be cooler if you think about it, but overall, if you kind of want to just have like an in the know of what's going on in the DC comic book universe, this is really cool. I mean, like I mentioned, it gives you sort of like inside scoops and everything, and the concept art stuff is really cool because it gives you a little bit of everything as regards to the writing and the arts, and it's neat. It lets you know about upcoming books, like there's a book coming out that's going to be part of the DC Black Label, which is like their out-of-continuity stories done by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo, and I didn't know this book was happening, Batman Damned, or Batman the Damned, I should say. Didn't know it was happening, but now I do, and I'm kind of interested now. So thanks to stuff like this, I want to buy more DC products. But the main thing I want to talk about is the main thing featured in here, which is the Grant Morrison Green Lantern sort of pitch, I should say. It's presented as a email from Grant Morrison to Brian Cunningham regarding his pitch for Green Lantern. And it's pretty interesting, I will say. I really like what they have to say about it. Essentially, he is saying that he doesn't want to try to remake or outdo what they've currently done with Green Lantern. Like the Jeff Johns run, which ran for gosh, nearly a decade, is sort of the epitome of what Green Lantern fans know nowadays. Because everyone knows about the Jeff Johns run of Blackest Night and all the different colored lanterns, and all that stuff is synonymous with Green Lantern now. What he did with Parallax, and it's great. It's really good stuff. It's how I became a fan. I'm currently rereading it right now, and I'm having a blast. It's exciting. It's beautiful. I love it. Tons of fun. And then following that, of course, we had the Robert Venditti stuff, which is closing pretty soon with Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps. And that kind of continued the trend of sort of big, bombastic, as they kind of compare it to this more summer blockbuster movie types. You know, your Green Lantern universe has been more like the Marvel universe, where it's this big, just exciting revelations, you know, secrets of origins and all sorts of stuff, where it's huge, it's crazy, it's earth-shattering, it's fun. And, you know, of course there's nothing wrong with that. We love a good, big action spectacle. But there's another side of Green Lantern that people like Grant Morrison feel have been neglected, and he kind of wants to bring it back to formula a little bit. Yes, back to formula. So with this new Green Lantern run, he's treating it more as a TV show. You know, less Infinity War, more Marvel Netflix, Daredevil kind of thing. You know, they're going to be doing an episodic. It is almost like a cop procedural, no crazy supervillains or classic, you know, characters. You know, no Hector Hammond, no Star Sapphire, no big war with the Red Lanterns. It's just Hal Jordan specifically being a space cop and what that really means. You know, typical space cop stuff, keeping it simple, keeping it sci-fi, keeping it straightforward. That way, if anyone wants to pick up an issue, they can. And I think this is really interesting, honestly. You know, as stated, I love the Jeff Johns stuff. I mean, it's what made me a Green Lantern fan. I really love how he was able to take this big, epic spectacle of Star Wars level excitement and really make it about the characters. You care about Hal Jordan, you care about Sinestro and Guy Gardner and John Stewart and Kilowog. You care about them all. You want to see those characters continue their story. We've had nothing but that in the Green Lantern world since about 2004, 2003, around that time. Since the start of Rebirth, and then going on to the current Rebirth era. It's crazy. It's a lot. And for those that maybe want something different, now is the time to do it. Now, what this means for the rest of the Green Lantern universe is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit up in the air. Because, you know, we have John Stewart currently on the Justice League book. So if you want to read more Green Lantern and superhero, kind of the world needs saving, you can read Justice League and have John Stewart there. The only thing is now I don't know where the other Green Lanterns are going to go. Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayner, Jessica Cruz, Simon Boz, these characters the rest of the Green Lantern Corps, we have no idea where they're going to go. It sounds like this is going to be a pretty heavy focus on Hal Jordan himself as just a one-man person, as a cop. So I don't know exactly how they're going to boil that down, and while also giving other Lanterns their show. Now, my opinion is you take the Green Lanterns and you give them their own book. I think you should have kept Green Lanterns, but maybe that's a bit confusing. Maybe they really just want to streamline this to really not having to worry about, oh, well, you got to read this book and you got to read this book. Because when you think about it, Green Lantern was sort of like the X-Men of the DC Universe at a time. They had so many books. Like, you think about characters that had a lot of books, and you think, like, oh, Bat Family usually has a lot of books because you've got stuff like Red Hood and the Outlaws and Nightwing and Batgirl and Batman and Detective. Well, Green Lantern at one point had Green Lantern, Green Lantern Corps, Red Lanterns, New Guardians, Lard Fleece had his own book, Sinestro had his own book, and even into Rebirth you had Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps, Green Lanterns. Like, you had a lot going on in the universe there. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen to those characters. I'm a little bit worried, but at the same time, I'm excited because Hal Jordan's my guy. Obviously, he's my boy. He's my favorite fictional character. So if he's the main character, I'm going to be reading it, or at least trying it out, of course. But I do kind of have that worry of what about the others? What's going to happen to them? This is a massive universe, and what exactly are you doing with the others? We don't know. So I'm excited. I'm not exactly the biggest Grant Morrison fan. I do like some of his stuff. You know, I enjoyed his run on Action Comics during the New 52, sort of. That very first, arc I really enjoyed. All-Star Superman, obviously, is some really good stuff. He's a DC fan, and I really appreciate that. I'm sure a lot of you really enjoy the fact that he made characters like Damian Wayne. Really, that's insane as far as it is. I really enjoyed Batman Incorporated, so there's that, I guess. So I'm interested. I'm not gonna be like devastated if it ends up being not my thing. It's whatever. But I'm excited for a new take on Hal Jordan, and I'm looking forward to it. But that's about it. Now, guys, let me know down in the comments below what you're thinking as far as Hal Jordan, how he should be treated, or how the Green Lantern universe should be treated as a whole. Are you excited about Morrison's run? Who knows? That's what I want to know. You tell me. Subscribe if you want. Do whatever. That's it, guys. This has been Anthony Vlogs. I don't know what that was. See you guys later.